Okay, since you don't have questions, let's continue. I'm sure. I hope that earlier deep dive didn't wasn't too. Okay, so this is it. Customer avatar. This is very, very important. Very, very important. Now we've dealt with the mind limitation, we've dealt with the knowledge gap. So if you're here, you're wondering, how do I know the turnover in my industry? Please just go and Google it. You will see so many statistics that you'll be able to. Another thing with having knowledge about your industry is that you begin to know the angle from which you want to even take the industry. So now to your ideal customer. Who is your ideal customer? As simple as this thing is, I discovered that a lot of people still struggle. A lot of people struggle. See, there's something I say. I've done business all of my life. I've done business over 20 years now. I've been operating in on the offline space for well over 18 years. I
I
got
have sold
online.
from pure water to cement, from beads,
To
jewelry to
land.
property. So, pharmacy, Abi,
Yes, we did
uh
that too.
a lot of things.
A lot of things. I tell people I've never worked. I don't know what it means to wake up to an 8 to 5 or a 9 to 5. I don't know what it is. One thing I see is that a lot of people are scared to actually describe two things. They are either scared or they don't know how to describe their ideal customer. And see, if you're not able to describe your ideal customer, you will struggle. And here is why you will struggle. You will struggle because your activities will be scattered. You will be talking to everybody and anybody. And guess what? Even if you sell water, you are not selling to everybody. It's not possible. Water. Because you want to take someone that sells ice water. Do you think this person has the same customer with somebody that sells
Pure water.
pure water or with somebody that sells bottled water?
Somebody
Now when
that
we
sells Nestle bottled water.
Yes, when we now get to the bottling bottled water, they are now great. So you see that even if you sell water, you can't be selling to everybody. And guess what? If you don't define who your customer is, you will struggle. The offline space can be forgiving, but the online space will not forgive you. Offline space, take for instance, I had a store in the marketplace, so I had to position myself where people will see me. So even if people come in and they were not in my customer avatar, I could still attend to them. Even with the fact that I run an offline shop, I still knew my customer avatar. When you come in and you are young and you want to do your beads, wedding beads, I don't attend to you. I send my staff to attend to you because it will be a sheer waste of my time attending to you. Here is why. A lot of those people just getting wedded don't know the importance of beads. They don't know that they should spend 150K, that it will give them what do they call this thing in English? Prestige. So when you call the price, they're like, is it not ordinary bead? But when you are a bride to be and you come in with your mother-in-law or you come in with your mother, guess what? It is me that will personally attend to you. Because I've been able to create my customer avatar. So I will speak their language. I will give them the right pricing. Should I tell you what? When most of them enter and want to spend 100K for their jewelry, for their wedding jewelry, I'm able to move it from 100K to a comfortable 200K because I know who my ideal customer is. So I do not waste my time attending to that young lady who does not know the importance of bead. So I am not tired when my ideal customer comes. Your ideal customer will affect your pricing. It will affect the kind of language you speak. It will affect your advertising channel, the advertising channel you will choose. It will affect your communication channel. Knowing your ideal customer is so key important if you want to enjoy mega sales. Now, who is your ideal customer? Your ideal customer must be willing and able. Willing to pay and able to pay. If they can't pay you, they're not ideal customer. If the two must come together because we're in business for profit, they must be willing and able. So for some of you, you will need to sit down to know really who am I serving. Am I doing my product for just male or women? Now when you say women, am I selling to the young bride or I'm selling to their mothers? You need to know. You can't say I just attend to, it is wrong for you to say I attend to male and female.
Let me make a short work of this. We all know the brand Indomie, and the brand Indomie has been able to identify their ideal customer. But it so happens that their ideal customer do not have the capacity or the ability to pay for their products. But they understand that the ideal customer have the capacity to make the person that has the ability to pay. So they focus the advertising on their consumers because they understand that they can make their consumers, make their customers pay. So for some of us, it is daddy that is going to pay for the product, but it is mommy that can move the needle. Understand who your customer is, who your consumer is, and know how to play the balance that will bring the sales. So when Indomie wants to do sales in an area, they go to all the schools in that place and they serve them Indomie in school.
Like
Free.
recently they start
Those children come home and oh Lord Jesus, their parents are in for it. It must be Indomie with the green mark. And then they tell them to bring 10 packs to school. You have paid for what they served for free. And you just went to the market to purchase. Now, that is understanding the customer avatar and how it works. You need to look into your business and understand these dynamics. We cannot deal with that in this class, but we can bring you into it this much. But we cannot deal fully with that now.
So I'm going to give you two things. One, go and look at in the past who have bought from you. Okay,
Who
let
have you
me who
served?
have you served in the past? Go and consciously look at it. Has it been more of males, executive males? Has it been young males? Look at it. Now, for some of you, might want to even change your avatar. Perhaps that avatar is stressing you. Take for instance, I dealt with a client one time. She was serving housewife, and she said she couldn't even. Most of them couldn't pay her price, so she had to bring down her price. So she said she wasn't interested in serving housewives. So we looked at it. Who will benefit most? See, your customer avatar must benefit most, and you to also help you make the most sales and profits. So at that point, you are doing what you are doing with a lot of peace. So some of you here might want to change your customer avatar, like one of my clients did, moving from full-time housewife, training full-time housewife how to start their online business, to moving to training 9 to 5 hours how to start their online business. She said 9 to 5 hours will be able to pay me the money I'm asking, and they will be able to execute because they have money to execute. At least if they don't have time, they can pay me for other services that I will render to them. So you need to sit down to do that, because until you determine who your customer avatar is, you will not even be able to choose the appropriate platform. You will not be able to choose the appropriate advertising channel. And I want to round up this session with one thing that happened. We got into partnership with someone that sells land, and we were selling cheap land. And guess what? We didn't come on social media. No, we went to people that were the ones that needed to pay.
Let me say it straight. We
That is the
went
amount
on
of the land.
radio and we're selling a land for 100K plots.
Wasn't okay,
Okay,
it was
250K.
250K.
But the setup was that you could pay 10K monthly for it. So we focused on tenants that were within the low income range. For that reason, we determined the radio station to go to that had that kind of market predominantly.
We began to speak their language. We didn't say come and invest so that you will reap next in 5 years. We said,
No,
aren't you tired of being a
a
tenant?
tenant.
Is the ridicule not too much? We started speaking their
Start the
language.
journey. Begin to save 2,000 naira every week, 2,005 every week, and begin to commit it to something you can pay over 2 years.
Guess
We've
what
made
happened?
it easy.
We experienced mega sales. In fact, my partner was so overwhelmed with sales that the guy was crying because he couldn't believe people came all the way from Lagos to buy land in Ijebu, and they were buying 10 plots in Lagos plots.
Badagry, waterside.
What I'm saying is that it is not the amount you sell your product that matters. You can sell a low-end product and still have mega sales. It is you identifying who exactly your customers are.
Thank you so very much. I hope this has been very, very helpful.